March is Women's History Month, and this is day 10 of talking about strong women, women you need to know. Today, we'll be talking about Miss Helen Richey, and let's find out why you need to know who she is. Miss Richey was born November the 12th, 1909 in Pennsylvania, where even in high school, she gained an interest in learning to pilot aircraft. She went on to learn how to fly by the age of 20, and by 1929, she was the first licensed female pilot in the county she lived in Pennsylvania. She went on to hone her craft, and by 1932, she and her co-pilot had won the endurance race, staying aloft for 10 days, being refueled in the air. By 1934, she also won a race at the National Air Meet and caught the attention of a commercial airline company. She became that year the first female pilot hired by a commercial airline in all of the U.S. She did that on December the 13th, 1934 for a company called Central Airlines, which I believe went on to become United Airlines. She won out that position as a commercial airline pilot over 8 men that were vying for that particular position. Sadly, but not surprisingly, the Airline Pilots Association and the Department of Commerce did not like that and gave her such a hard time that she ended up resigning her position as a female airline pilot in 1935. She still did air shows and continued flying, and in 1936, she and Amelia Earhart came in 5th place in a race from New York to L.A., also beating out other males. She went on and worked for the Bureau of Air Transportation, set 2 other world records, became the first woman to be a licensed airline flight instructor. She was one of the first female pilots at the war front in Europe. She was the first woman to be sworn in as a pilot for airmail. She was a WASP and a member of the 99s, which is an International Women's Pilot Association, which networks and mentors other women pilots and offers scholarships to both recreational and professional female pilots. She died at a very young age, at 37, on January 7th, 1947. We might also note here that although she was sworn in as the first female pilot in the U.S. of a commercial airline in 1934, it wasn't until 1973 that we saw another female commercial airline pilot. 39 years later. It took 39 more years. 12 years after I was born. So today, on day 10 of Women's History Month, we salute Miss Helen Richey. We salute you.